get in the mail MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my monthly update for January 2019. A little later than usual because I've been very busy. Basically my eldest daughter started a dance school last year, and over Christmas she grew more than she thought, so she had to find a place to permanently host a dance school. Oh, hello Tabby, she doesn't normally appear in the videos. So she got premise and I've been helping renovate. So anyway, plastering, building walls and putting in a sprung dance floor. Definitely not retro and gaming. But anyway, just kept me busy and I haven't had a chance to do this video. So it feels a little funny talking about stuff from last month because it's actually, quite a few days ago. So first thing, so those of you, I've mentioned these before, I really loved the series Blake 7 from back in the day, and I started rewatching it last year, basically when I got hold of a copy of the first season on DVD. I've had a copy of the second season on DVD for absolutely ages, but I wanted to start from the start. And my electronic copies that I probably downloaded ages ago won't play properly. They actually stutter and all these sort of things, and I thought, oh bugger it, look, I really do like these, so I'll see if I can find them. So I started with a very cheap copy of Season 1 in really good condition. Obviously had my Season 2 discs, and I'm almost finished Season 2, so I thought I'd better start looking out for Season 3. And I found this set here. And unlike my Season 2 discs, which have actual white discs, it's probably not a proper set. These ones, so my Season 2 has this proper thing, so it's not in perfect condition, so it's a little faded. So you've got, this is the inner disc case, and it folds out like so, and then it folds out, hopefully I can hold this up, and it has pictures on the actual disc which are really, really cool. And it actually, like Season 3 introduced some new characters as well, so I'm actually looking, I probably have not watched any of those episodes since I watched them when they first came out on TV down here a very long time ago, so I'm looking forward to them. We're enjoying Season 2. Most of the episodes I can remember. Occasional one I go, oh, I don't think I've seen that one, so only a couple of episodes to go, so very nice to have picked up that, and no, I can't remember how much I paid for it. A couple of things, I need to do a trip around the room, so we'll skip to the things I've got in front of me first. At my office at work, our department, which is Applications Development, has not moved from where it is for probably 12 years. It may even be longer. It's been in the same room for ages, and it really was. It had a lot of stuff in there. And we decided it would be a good idea for the team to have a fresh start. So we actually moved downstairs temporarily. The people in the room across the other side moved into our room, and we stripped everything back, cleaned all the desks and everything like that. Then moved into a new room, which is fantastic. It has lots of natural light, and actually the way the desks are laid out, a little bit more space. So it's very nice, everybody's very happy. But anyway, I work for an organisation that's been going for 30 years, so they actually have quite a collection of books. And they don't want to keep them anymore, so they were going to chuck a whole lot out. This is the first one that I brought home, because basically the staff presented it to me and said, Tony, you're the only person here who would be interested in this book. And I thought that was a good story. So it's actually an IBM microcomputer assembly language book, and it covers, I have to flip it over because it's not written on the back, so it's PC and XT, PS2 Model 30, and then it goes into real address mode, which is your 286 territory, so 286 and AT, and the PS2 models 50, 60 and 80. So it's actually not a bad book for learning early into 86 machine code. So I haven't actually started reading it yet. I've had some other things to read on my plate, but I'm actually looking forward to having a flick through and having a read. It's just nice finding those sort of books. And then we're going to throw it out, so why not save it? As my list times out when I'm not looking as they normally do. Now next is a magazine that was sent to me for free, which I very much appreciate, by Vinny, so I had to look to remember his name. And it's a little magazine called Freeze 64. So it's written by and for hackers and programmers for the Commodore 64. And it's actually quite an interesting little magazine. So they go through different games. They, they have new games that are being developed. Other games where they show how to hack them and add extra lives and things like that. And they talk about programming and they do coder profiles. We've got one on Duncan Kershaw in here. As I said, I haven't read it all yet, but it's actually very nice and very nice of them sent it for free. And it looks like it's only like £4 normally anyway, so well worth getting if you're interested in that sort of thing. So thoroughly enjoying it so far. Thank you very much, Vinny. Right, next, when I was down at my holiday home at, so those of you who want to get out Google Maps, so Tasmania has a peninsula off the right hand side, or the eastern seaboard, called the Tasman Peninsula, and I have a shack there at a place called Newbina. And for some reason we decided to go to some garage sales down there. Now, I don't normally go to garage sales even here. And we went to one and had bits and pieces. We went to another one. It was all lots and lots of DVDs and VHSs and everything, which were actually quite interesting. I was tempted to. There were some Star Trek ones there that I was thinking about, but I just talked myself out of them. But then right up the back was a number of items, and for the price, I just couldn't refuse. Get them all out. Okay, so back in the day, Sony brought out the Walkman. So you had obviously a cassette tape recorder that you could carry around with you and listen to music, and you could also record and make your own mixtapes and make your own mixes that you would carry around and listen to wherever you went. And then later on, they brought out the Discman. Now, the Discman was great. You could play, lovely CD quality sound. But if you went for a jog, it usually skipped and jumped. And also, you couldn't record on them. So what was Sony's answer to that? It was to bring out a thing called the mini disc player. And these are portable mini disc players. I've actually got two. So there's two mini disc players. This whole lot I'm about to show you was only $10. So this one, and I've got two models. This one has a lithium battery in it, like a gum stick type battery. The battery is no good, but the unit actually works. I've tried it out. I've ordered a new battery as well. It hasn't arrived yet. So I can't show you it hanging up there. I've got one with a different one. It has a little remote control thing here that you can clip onto you, and it's got a little screen in it. And the technology and the jacks around this are very similar to some of the things that's on the PlayStation Portable as well. So very similar technology, but it's the size is amazing, because in here, okay, it pops open, and in here, get it out, there we go, we have a mini disc. So it looks like a mini CD, which it is, but it is also recordable. And just the blank discs themselves sell for about $5 to $10 each online, let alone the player. So the player, I've seen them online sell for about anywhere between $120 and $200. And back in the day, this player with its thing of accessories would have cost the gentleman like $1,200. So it was fancy tech, and the sound is really, really good. Like the quality of the sound is absolutely excellent. So also got this little holder here, which is, so that's got another 4 mini discs in it. They've all got various things recorded on them. Now I'm not sure whether these mini disc Walkmans actually record, whether you can record with them, because you can use them as like a voice recorder as well. So there is the dock for this one. So with this one and its power supply I can get it to work. So that just sits there and you sit it there and you can sit the mini disc player there. So this is, you know, like high-end stereo stuff. So there's the power supply with its tiny little connector. Of Sony for their custom things. Right, I have a second dock because I have a second player. Now this one, it's had a sticker on it or something like that. So this one has a battery compartment built in. So it actually does can we get it to come on? Yeah, there we go. You probably can't see that. It's blinking on, and obviously I need to have it hooked up to a speaker, which you can plug in here, or a set of headphones, and it works. No, you can record. So these can record. So you can just feed a signal in here and record. So and the whole idea is they've got a fairly large memory buffer, much larger than a CD player, so they don't skip when they play music. They pretty much load a whole song into their memory and play. Now there's a add-on battery pack for that first one that uses AA, so I'll probably work with the other one as well. So that's got a AA battery, and I put new AA batteries in. None of them had existing batteries that were allowed to rot. And I also have quite a large stack of mini discs. Most of them have something written on the sleeve and stuff like that, but you can re-record a mini disc. It's not right once. I have both of the manuals. It's obviously a cover for one that's in one of them. So, I mean, it's nothing to do with retro computers, but it's a little bit of Sony music history. And also, before the era of MP3s, there was another. Mini discs do use compression, but it's not the same level of compression of MP3s. There was actually a big fight at the time with Sony saying that their compression was lossless, whereas MP3 you actually do lose some of the sound because it purposely takes away some of the parts of the sound that we as humans can't hear. But you put a set of headphones on, you listen to a song on this, and the quality is amazing. So they did have a point, but mini disc stuff was very dear, and of course the music industry opened up, and we ended up with things like iTunes and all the other and Spotify and things like that. So, you know, things changed. But I love this sort of stuff. So much so that it actually it's got me more interested in maybe getting a classic audio setup and maybe putting it in this room. And I would love to include a mini disc player in that, but I could actually use one of these on one of its stand as well. All right, so that's that one. What else is on my list? Now I do have 2 more things, well actually 3 more things, but I need to take off the camera and we can go and have a look together. So hang on a sec, I'll grab the camera and we will go and have a look. So this is my test bench, and it has an interesting addition. While I was at a holiday at home, I came back and this was sitting on the front doorstep. It's from my mate Gary. He found it at a local tip shop. It apparently works. I have to learn how to use it though, so I finally have an oscilloscope, so maybe I can make a bit more progress on fixing some of those arcade boards. I also have a much better power supply. This is a very good power supply for my test bench. Much better for diagnosing problems. You don't want to go ripping things apart if the only problem was that you weren't having the correct voltage going in. I'll swing around here. This is the mini bomb jack cabinet. I've put a new set of controls in it, taken that other vinyl off, put some new vinyl on. I need some screws for the coin mechanism. The monitor harness has been taken out, and I'm actually at a stage I've got to send pictures to the guy that repairs them to say, is this worth repairing, or do you have another already refurbished good one that I can put in instead. Sometimes it's just cheaper to buy another one sometimes, but the screen is in good condition, so there's a pretty good chance that we'll be fine there. And you know, included in this is a black joystick instead of the other one, which matches the cabinet a little better, and it doesn't have any mark on it. Gary also gave me that, so a lot of good things from Gary. Now, one more thing. You'll have to excuse some mess here. This really is sorry, slight spoilers for a video coming up there. This, and this came from Aaron, is an original Zaxxon PCB. So it's dual layer. There were a couple of different versions of Zaxxon PCBs. So Zaxxon Sound 2 was obviously just an original Zaxxon board. Obviously custom wiring for this, which I need to work out and have a go. It is a game that needs to be fixed with whatever is wrong with it. But other than that, it actually looks in nice, clean condition, and will be one of the ones that I'll be investing some time in. So, just a couple of very, very good hardware pickups, and future things for me to try and repair. All right, back to me sitting down. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that look and how messy my game room is at the moment. I am trying to slowly clean it up at the moment, but I really haven't had a lot of time in here. But something else I have had time for, finally, after me having my operation, still got a little bit of scar there, I'm feeling so much better. I feel like a completely new person. I've been able to go to work, be busy at work, come home, not feel like a zombie, and feel interested in actually sitting down and getting back into my code again. So I have, as well as finishing ramping, I've finished doing up my website, by the way, so hopefully it now has a search that works and things like that. Excuse me for any little crashes and things. I haven't spent a lot of time on it, but anyway. I've got an editor so I can put new articles in as well. That's actually what was holding up the last Let's Make a Retro Game episode, and that's the other big thing. I made another episode of Let's Make a Retro Game, and I've got another one coming in another couple of weeks. But the main thing is I finally dusted off the Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death code for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and really got into it for once, and I've made a lot of changes, made a lot of progress. I'll try and put a snippet of the video up here, but there's a full video of some gameplay that I've captured. For a lot of people it mightn't look that different from the previous version, but there are a lot of changes in there, and a lot of the logic's been cleaned up. There still are bugs and there still is more to do, but I'm back up to speed with the code, feeling better, and feeling like I can work on it on a more regular basis. So expect to see more progress soon on that. Alright, I hope everybody has enjoyed my Rambly Vlog video. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.